Well, a day after Prime Minister Anthony Albanese in the US announced a $5 billion investment into Australia by Microsoft, overnight he made another announcement to double to $4 billion the government support of the critical minerals industry here.
This is about creating secure, well-paid jobs. It's about cheaper, cleaner energy, and it's about making the most of our natural advantages as a supplier of critical minerals, but also because we want to move up that value chain, supporting Australian manufacturing jobs as well.
Well, last year the government handed out the first raft of the support for the critical minerals companies, including to 4 ASX-listed companies. One of those was Queensland-based Alpha HPA, which received $15.5 million in assistance for its ultra-pure aluminium plant in Gladstone. Its Chief Operating Officer is Rob Williamson, who joins me now from Queensland. Rob, many thanks for your time. Right, first off, let's just explain to people pretty simply, Alpha HPA, what exactly does it do?
Yeah, hi Ross, nice to see you. Alpha HPA is producing high purity aluminium materials, and it should be differentiated from not aluminium metal, but aluminium materials and chemicals for the lithium-ion battery, LED and semiconductor sectors. So all very high tech, future facing industries.
Okay, so just how does the purity of what you produce, this aluminium solution you produce, how does that play into the whole critical minerals space? Because it's aluminium, most people would think, after all, there's lots of aluminium plants around the place.
That's right. So the difference between us and, say, a traditional alumina operation is that we're producing purities of 99.99% or 99.999%, which is less than 10 parts per million in terms of impurities. This is a very demanding sort of requirement for our customers in order to ensure the performance of their lithium-ion batteries in your Tesla or in your power electronics or whatever you're doing. So that's the difference between what we do versus some of the larger sort of commodity-based businesses that Australia is very used to and familiar with.
Okay, so this is what the Prime Minister calls moving up the value chain. It's not just producing the raw material, the bauxite, or even going one step and producing alumina. You're going way up the value chain, and I presume by doing that also, the price of the product that you produce is much, much greater than just simply a tonne of aluminium.
Absolutely. So our high purity aluminas, for example, and some of our other sort of products, sort of sell for in the order of $25,000 a tonne, for example. And it does vary. There's a spectrum. There's not a transparent market in the critical mineral space, or in particular this market that we're in. But obviously that's a significantly higher value product than what your traditional aluminas are, and aluminium metal itself. So it's all in how we engineer the particles for our customers. That's really what the value add is for us.
Okay, so the $15.5 million that you received in assistance from the government last year, what form did that come to you in, and what did you do with the money?
So yeah, that's enabled us, that $15.5 million from the Critical Minerals Development Program has enabled us to expand our product offering at the scale we're currently at in Gladstone. And that's enabled us to work with a number of customers across those sectors that I mentioned earlier, where we can service them in terms of product qualification and small-scale commercial volumes. And as we're doing that, we're able to continue to move down the value chain. And we've just recently announced our moving down the chain into Alpha Sapphire, what we call Alpha Sapphire, which is producing synthetic sapphire for the LED sector, and in particular moving into the micro LED market, which is a new technology that's now just beginning to emerge as we speak. So it's very exciting times and great to be able to be moving way down that value chain in Australia.
Okay, so for a lot of the critical minerals, it's synonymous with China production. That's where you get scale. That's where they often have a lot of those critical minerals that they can mine. Why is it that you can compete on this scale here in Australia?
So we have a new disruptive technology in the way in which we produce the high purity alumina, and it's grown here right here in Queensland, in fact. And it's the lowest carbon emissions in terms of its carbon footprint, and that's giving us a significant commercial advantage. Plus, our cost of production is also lower than the incumbent producers worldwide. We're very, that's to us is very exciting to be in that position to deploy that and commercialise that new technology. Pretty much all the customers that we work with, which are European, North American, Japan, Korea, etc., all the sort of big name customers that you might imagine are pretty much all on record in terms of wanting to reduce their carbon emissions by 2030, 2035, and that puts us as Alpha HPA in a great position to be able to service those businesses.
One thing the Prime Minister and the government talk about consistently is about trying to value add in the jobs as well. I'm guessing the people that you're requiring coming out of universities are highly trained, highly skilled, and ultimately highly sought after, and therefore highly paid.
Yeah, that's right. And we have a good cross-section of great engineers that are learning through our process, but also we put a lot of effort into how we train our people. And the people that have to operate the facility as we go forward are provided with the technical training and the capability and are empowered to make decisions to do the right thing to ensure the quality of our products. So we think the key to the success is around all those things, Ross, and we're very focused on that as well.
I'll tell you what, Rob Williamson, it's a cracking story. I'm so pleased we got you on today to explain it. The Chief Operating Officer of Alpha HPA, many thanks for your time today.
Thanks very much, Ross. Nice to see you. Cheers.